Welcome back, folks. This is RGR. I'm Ryan. This is me going rogue on the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL. You've heard it all before, but this week you get me in the film room. Dan is on his way for a family vacation, so I am going to break down the film this week and going to show you a couple of things. And I've just letting this run while we get started here because, you got to see it from a bunch of angles. There are a number of things that I feel this team, Patrick Mahomes in particular, started to click right at the end of the game against the Packers. Now, we all know this was a letdown, a backup quarterback of that caliber, that kind of thing. Felt like it should have been a much better offensive output, a much better outcome, but it is what it is, and we have to move forward from there. The nice thing is that we can take a few things away from it, and that's what I want to show you today. And we're going to start on this final drive. I said it the other night, and you guys probably heard me. I felt like on the final drive, it started to look a little bit more like quote-unquote normal in terms of execution, in terms of ball delivery, in terms of everything coming together as a unit, and I really want to illustrate this here. Now, they ran the ball on and off. I thought they did a good mix of calling some runs as well, keep them honest, but it was the passing downs that really stood out, and basically, they got first downs on a couple of seconds and long that I think really turned what they were able to do here. We're going to look at those first. This one in particular is going to be a little bit of fun. On what is second down and I think 11 after a 1 yard loss on the run before. This is, I think, the play that really, when I watched it live, really piqued my interest on the way that Patrick was moving. And what you're going to see is that this route is going to be about what Kelsey's going to do in kind of belly in, get back out, and come back around. Get the ball over here. But it's Patrick in where he takes this to get here, a little belly, and then deliver the ball on a line that I think is going to be important. It stood out to me, and as we get through this, I think you guys are going to understand why. So as we move forward, we're going to see a little bit of motion here just to set the wiggle. And as we roll this through, you see that Travis has come off the ball, round to the inside, back to the outside. Now he's going to kind of turn and pivot, really receive the ball, facing the direction that he wants to go and is able to turn it up. This is a play that got them a first down. When you watch it live, it's important to see that it actually happens pretty quick. Boom, he's in behind the linebacker level. He turns and makes his first down. But that's not the key to the play. Yes, it's a nice route. Yes, he understood where the linebacker was dropping to, and that certainly helped. But this is the key right here. Not so happy if I'm this particular outside linebacker trying to get a rush, because this guy does not do a very good job against one Blake Bell, who is able to seal him off for the most part, at least until late in the route. Does his job. This guy should not be blocked by a tight end, and I'd be pretty upset if I were him, but that's a whole other thing. We'll get to it. Also, you want to see that the action for the lineman is, even though this is a pass play, they're trying to make it look like zone. They're all going to move down the line as though it's a zone run. It helps with the play action fake, and it gives the defense over here a look that this ball could be coming to them, and that also helps with what the linebackers are going to do as well. When we see that, watch these linemen take off with their first step. Bam. Everybody in unison. That looks exactly like a zone run. And you see that it pulls this linebacker up. Watch this linebacker here as they take their step. He's widening, and now he feels like he's got to come back down inside because Patrick's bellying away. You see, everything is predicated on Patrick's movement. Right here, completes the RPO, the handoff fake, and now these guys are flat-footed, and the linebackers start to flow back the other way as Patrick rolls this way. That allows Kelsey to sink underneath this linebacker, belly back out, and just be ready for it. But again, watch Blake Bell. Everybody else goes the other way. Blake Bell steps to his man, is able to get hands on, and that is honestly key to this play. Good for him for making this block, because Patrick is actually bellying the other way and got to set up in order to get that out. Now he delays him just long enough for Patrick to get the ball out, but it's the way that Patrick does it. So what I want you to do is zone in right here on Patrick's feet, because this is the exact thing that I'm talking about. Watch the way he gets his back foot back and delivers the ball and gets it out on time, gets it out with rhythm, and that's what looks like the old Patrick. Little fake, bam, 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 stick your foot in the ground, and ball is coming out on a nice line to Kelsey, and that's exactly the way you got to go. We see it real time. This is going to give you an idea of how quick it is. Bada boom, plant, go. Pretty good. Now, is there a little extra hiccup in there? Sure. There's a little bit there, and he just digs out of it. He still replants and is able to deliver the ball, and the point is that that little extra hitch gives Kels just a little bit more time to turn around so that he can then get upfield. But this is all based on Patrick's footwork, and looking like he has in the past. This isn't exactly a quick game. It is a significant drop, but boom, it hits, and it's out, and that's what they can build on going forward. This second play, this is going to be the next second down that's actually going to give them a fresh set of downs again. This is going to be a 9-yard completion to McCole, who McCole Hardman has had a rough go lately. He's been down here and been given a lot of grief lately. He has made some mistakes, but this is what I think you have to do with McCole, and this is, again, on him and on Patrick. I think this helps because McCole's just going to set right here, and the ball's out quick enough that he can then accelerate and get to the first down marker, and he makes a nice play. Patrick, on the other hand, it just takes a step, bam, and the ball's out, and that's exactly what he has to do. Now, set the play up, you definitely got to get some information, and that's what they do here. What you're going to see as we roll forward is that Kelsey now, as the play begins, he motions from the opposite side, and as you see this, the linebacker backs out. He doesn't go with him. He just widens a bit. He's not up on Travis. So that tells Patrick right now from the alignments here with both guys' heads in turn. This guy's hips are already turned. This guy's hips are already turned. This is going to be zone, and he understands where it is. And so when you have a guy that's giving a speedster like McCole a good 8 yards already, and he's going to bail out of his back pedal into his zone, you know that you can deliver the ball quickly, and that's what the point is. You have to be able to recognize that, and this looks, again, like Patrick doing his job. As we roll forward, watch it in real time. As a snap comes through, bam, out. McCole has it in his hands. And this is the thing. With the widening and Travis taking an inside route, it's pulled the linebacker a little bit. So now your speed guy who can accelerate on a dime has a little bit of room to make some yardage. And that's exactly what he's going to do. And boom, he gets to the sticks. And at the end of the day, that's all you need from McCole Hardman. This is a good rep from McCole. He showed that he can be reliable. He showed he understands the situation, read the defense, and was able to accelerate and do the job. Now, again, this is what's key to me that makes it look like it is, again, returning to some old habits, looking like the Patrick is coming back around because he's getting these things done and getting the ball out rather well. Watch his footwork as we see this come through. Bam, and out. That's not very slow-mo, but the ball's out. 1, 2.5, bam. And that ball's gone, and that's what it takes. The interesting thing about his footwork is he's stepping up into it. I don't know that I like that. I'd like to see him get his weight back on his back foot already, but he's trying to drive backward so that he can move that foot and hit it. And watch, as it plants, it's already gone. I mean, he's barely put any weight on it, and he's coming out to the other foot. And that is, again, why Patrick is starting to look like himself. Now, this last play is going to be the big completion to Tyreek Hill, the one that basically seals this game. And it's key because the Packers are doing what teams have been doing recently. They're just not doing it as well. And you're going to see what I mean. They're going to find out, Patrick, is that because of some motion that you'll see here in a minute, you're going to understand that this is going to be man. They're going to be trying to man up on what's going on, except for this particular safety. And you'll see why here in a minute, because they're going to effectively take Travis and double him over the top, get that bracket around where he's going. So it's up to someone else to make the play. And it's going to be Tyreek, understanding where he can settle down and what he can do to affect the play in a positive way. As we roll this forward and see it in real time, the motion in pulls in the defender and pulls this defender down on Kelsey into man. Everybody else is talking, but they're going to be in man too. As McKinnon lines back up, it takes the form, and Patrick understands what he's got to work with here. And as the ball is snapped, you have what looks like to be an outside release. You have too high. This safety is kind of creeping back, but this one's the one that he's got to watch. And so Patrick's going to backpedal out of here, watching what's going on with Travis, his initial read, where he wants to go with the ball. And this is manned up. The press actually worked. Travis looks a little bit tired at this point, and wasn't able to really get a swim or anything, get away from this defender. And as it comes down, this guy's coming down to meet the route, and so Patrick has to go away from him. And at this point, he's got a little bit backside pressure as Orlando made his initial block, but he's got some pressure coming now. And now Patrick is again having to get on his wheels. Now, this is not bailing from a secure pocket. This is a reason to get out and use your legs. So this was what I call an appropriate abandonment of the pocket situation. And so he's looking for someone to make a play. He's got Noah Gray here short. That's not going to get it done, though. So he's looking to make a play, and Tyreek's here kind of in the middle. And Tyreek makes the turn and loses his defender. And because nobody can corner like Tyreek, the defender ends up like almost careening into the sideline. Tyreek's able to come sit down here right in this gap and give Patrick a target so that he can deliver the ball and just get the first down, seal this game up. And that's exactly what happens. Nice catch, holds onto the ball, goes to the ground, and that's game. And it really comes back to Patrick solving the problems that he's had in the past that we've been bemoaning this whole time. And again, you're going to see where the pass rush comes in and what it does. And this holds up pretty well. Now, Noah's going to block and then release. And what's going to end up happening is that over here, you're going to get some backside pressure around the back, and that's where Patrick's going to move away from. And so he realizes he has to wiggle out and look to make a play downfield on this side. As we move it forward, check out the blocking. I'm going to cut this off and actually show it to you now. The blocking moves forward. They send the extra blitzer too. So McKinnon has to step up into the pocket. Creed's lost his work here. So the guards are covered. They're actually making the block. Wiley's getting depth for this guy to come off because he knows that Noah's going to release. So he's getting in good position. His shoulders are turned quite a bit. I'd rather him be still at a 45 at this point in case this backer's on a delay. But he has done his preparation to get to this edge rusher, and Orlando's about to engage the end on the back side. As we move forward, we see the contact. Trey gets a pretty good pull arm from 53, but recovers nicely. Now, Noah has slipped, and Wiley is in position to take on this edge. McKinnon actually did a good job standing up the blitzer inside, and the extension here by Orlando Brown has done its initial job. You see where Patrick's head is. He is looking at Kelsey's route. He's trying to zone in on that and see if he can get that where he wants to go with it. But now he sees right here, these feet give it away. He's looking this direction because he wants to go to Kels, but he sees that these feet are here, and that's got to make him bail. As he makes that realization, he turns away from it. And right here, you see that the timing of the play, the defender on the blitz thought he was going to be able to get to it. Everybody's engaged at this point, and they've done a decent job. Everybody looks corralled. This guy's about to slip Orlando, and Patrick feels it pretty well. He knows that he's coming off to this side, and he knows that he can make some angle changes by getting out of the pocket. I don't think this guy's a threat. He may not have the confidence in Wiley, and so he wants to get out of the pocket. In the end, Wiley's done a decent enough job. It's the backside pursuit that's going to get him, and he starts looking around. Now, Patrick gets away from the defender fairly easily. I don't think this was much. And here you see Tyreek settling out. After he's shrugged that defender off that way, he's going to settle out here and just find a gap. And Patrick, nice, easy throw, right on the money. A little high, if you really want to call it. But he is moving around, moving well, and throws the ball from his plant foot. Unlike some of the throws we've seen lately, he actually gets, as he's cocking back, he's about to plant this foot. And when he lets go, he's actually driving off of his right foot, as he should. Not jumping up in the air, not throwing it with all arm, not abandoning everything. He's actually getting to plant and drive the ball, and it's a pretty good trajectory right to Tyreek, and it gets the job done. At the end of the day, this is what he has to do, and this is why it's starting to look like, despite even all the issues that we've gone through, that Patrick Mahomes is starting to look like him, and it's pulling this offense along. And if they can continue to build on this, they're going to be in good shape. I'm looking forward to it. I know that you guys are too. Make sure you like, sub, and hit the bell notification, because hopefully we'll get to see more of this, and you guys will get to come along with me because I want you to. This is worth watching. We are having a great time. Dan will be back here next week. Me and Seth will be live on Thursday night. Make sure you check that. We appreciate your time. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll be back with you next time with more film.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.